I freaking love anime, bro. But I've not thought about it like that my entire life. Back in my days of being a prepubescent cucklord-ass kid, pissing my pants every 5 seconds and watching, I don't know, freaking Wizards of Waverly Place on Family Channel in my living room for 16 hours a day, I thought anime was the most disgusting thing on the planet. I would projectile vomit across the freaking room so hard I'd blast a hole in the wall just at the sight or sound, or somebody even talking about anime. I hated it so freaking much. But that all changed one day when I went on YouTube.com looking for my daily dose of Call of Duty or Minecraft or whatever the hell I watched back then, and saw this animated series called RWBY. And I was like, the frig is this? Looks pretty cool. And I clicked on that, not knowing that I was going to be enlightened. My brain expanded when I watched that, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of watching anime that I have never gotten out of, and I hope I never do. Basically, RWBY is the reason why I watch anime in the first place, and is really the reason why this video is being made. And it always makes me feel so freaking sad thinking back at the times where I was watching volume 1 and 2 with so much excitement and anticipation for the next volume, all the stuff that's gonna happen. Because I don't feel that crap no more. After the years of watching RWBY slowly decline into a shell of its former self, it just sucks to see something that I liked so much shit itself because the people who make it are so freaking stinky. Like the story. I'm sure we can all agree that the story for RWBY didn't reinvent what it means to write a freaking story, or it was the greatest thing on the planet. But it never had to be, because it was accompanied by some badass fights and all that freaking, it was so freaking good. Freaking balls to the walls action, tits flying around the room, people's faces being freaking blown into the stratosphere because every single thing that is in this universe is a freaking gun. And then they decide to change the story in the 4th volume to be more of a character-driven drama type show, which is fine. But the thing is, for some reason, they decided to make every character in the show edgy as hell. And then there's the crap with Salem. Why in the frig did they have to dig a hole so deep for themselves, making a villain that is impossible to kill and is invincible? I don't see any possible way that they're not going to pull out the biggest plot armor ass pull bullshit to beat her, because any other way, if they use anything in their power right now, it is impossible to beat them. So I don't know what they're gonna bring out, unless they're going for the everyone dies route, which would also be some stinky ass shit. And with everybody becoming so edgy, let's talk about the character development. There isn't any. But something that I do think Rooster Teeth did improve on was the music, because they be pumping out bangers left and right on these new volumes, especially like the OSTs, insert songs. They're freaking dope. I'm not going to be going too deep into the music and stuff, but what I am going to do is give you my top 5 favorite RWBY insert songs. Let's go. Number 5, Caffeine. It's just a fun adrenaline-filled song that came along one of the better fights in the early volumes. Team Coffee slaying some grim cheeks. Number 4, Divide. I don't like Salem, but her introductory song into the story was badass as hell. And the second verse into the song was, ooh, my god. She do be roasting Ospen though. Number 3, Red Like Roses, part 1 and 2. They just complement each other really well. Part 1 is just some good ass instrumentals, and part 2 is not as good instrumentals, but the lyrics and just the singing itself and the conversation between RWBY and her mom and the lyrics, I think it's just cool. It's cool. Number 2, This Life Is Mine. This is basically just Weiss's character song. It was my favorite song for so freaking long, because I loved it so much when I first heard it, especially the first 2 minutes before the third verse. Third verse is not my favorite, but the part at the beginning was, oh my god, angelic. And speaking of angelic, number 1, Hero. I love this song so freaking much. Caleb is a god. It accompanied one of my favorite fights in the freaking series, Ironwood versus Watts. The beginning, speaking of angelic, like Weiss is freaking This Life Is Mine. Hero's intro is, oh my god, it's freaking beautimous. And I just love this song so freaking much. There's one more point that I wanted to talk about, and it is massive. Bumblebee freaking sucks. What they did to my freaking boy son is unforgivable. Oh, it gets me riled up real freaking good. They gave this man 4 whole ass volumes to cultivate his relationship with Blake and gave everybody these feelings like, yeah, it's gonna be freaking Blake and Son, and that's what mine is. I want Blake and Son. But no, volume freaking whatever it is, volume 4, or was it volume 5? I think it was volume 4. I don't remember what volume exactly it was, but Son and freaking Blake were together the entire volume, staying together and helping each other out. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the freaking volume, they just throw this man right out of the freaking story, never to even be talked about again. And then all we get is Blake and Yang chilling together, and Yang being a little passive-aggressive cucklord the entire time. And really, their relationship is just kind of cringe, bro. Like, yikes. I'm only angry because they threw my man's son out. Oh my god, I want him back in the show. Bring him back for volume 8. So, in conclusion, Rooster Teeth has basically ridden RWBY into the ground almost. And they're getting really close to not being able to pull it back out. Having 4 seasons of, at most, mediocre storytelling and just everything in general being mediocre, I don't have the confidence in Rooster Teeth to be able to pull RWBY back together and make it like it was before. Or not make it like it was before, but make it even better. But I'm going to hope they can. Because I don't want to see the thing that got me into anime whizzle out in a little whimper. I want to see it go out with a bang, an explosion of freaking awesomeness. But yep, that's the end of the video, guys. Drop a like if you enjoyed, drop a sub if you enjoyed this video and my other videos, or you just enjoy listening to my shrilly voice. And I'll see y'all in the next video.